A good friend of mine almost lost his life to depression, and the cause of his depression was him meditating in a forest. It might sound like there's no link, but let me share with you the full story. So this friend of mine is a very social and active person, but for the past 6 months to a year, he just locked himself at home because he was feeling so depressed and he didn't feel like going out to do anything. One day, his aunt got to find out about his situation and brought him to see a spiritual guru. When they met, the guru told my friend that you're such a motivated and driven young man. What's happening to you right now? And long story short, after a while into the conversation, the guru said that there's actually a spirit that's attached onto you. So my friend asked, where did this spirit come from? And the guru told him that it came from somewhere in the forest. Have you been to a foresty area? And this is where my friend recalled that months back, he was on a trip to Malaysia and he visited a forested area. And because he felt that the area was very peaceful, he decided to meditate there. And looking back, it was indeed shortly after the trip where his mental state started to deteriorate. So sharing this case to let everyone know that if you're meditating by yourself, without the guidance of any spiritual teacher or whatsoever, try to avoid going to dark, gloomy, deserted places, right? Like forests or in the night, going to the park and things like that. There are many different forms of negative energy, but spirit entities are also a type of negative energy. So it's very likely that my friend, when he was meditating in the forest, there was a spirit around, and because his channels are open, so-called, so he connected to the energy of this spirit and had the spirit attaching and following him. So what I learned from my own spiritual teacher, Teacher Lu Xia, is that when we're meditating, generally speaking, our acupoints are open. And so we more easily absorb the energies from the surrounding environments that we're in. So if there happens to be negative energy in the surrounding environments, we may absorb these negative energies into ourselves. And negative energies can affect us in many ways. Just like in the case of my friend, the negative energy serves as an invisible force field that is influencing his state of mind and causing him to think negative, very depressing thoughts, even to the point of wanting to end his life. In fact, all mental health cases are manifestations of too much negative energy in a person's mind. Of course, not all negative energies come from like spirit entities and whatnot. There are many different forms and sources of negative energies. But the key thing is, if we can learn to identify what is the source of negative energy in a person's mind and be able to remove this negative energy, we can solve many of these mental health cases. So hope this sharing helps. Follow my channel for more of my learnings from my spiritual teacher on how energy affects us.